After passing through Laos' capital city of Vientiane and being invited to celebrate Lunar New Year with some incredible locals, I was ready to begin my next adventure. However, fate had other plans for me and I got food poisoning instead. A few days later, I took a rough bus journey and tuk-tuk to my original destination, the small city of Thakhek. Hey everybody, and welcome to the small city here on the Lao-Thai border of Thakhek. There's one reason that people come to Thakhek, and that is to complete the Thakhek Loop. This is a 450 kilometre motorbike loop that people do from Thakhek around rural central Laos. I will be doing it and I'm very excited, a little bit nervous, but very excited to do this. But I'm not starting today for two reasons. The first one is that I'm actually recovering from food poisoning. I don't feel 100% still, just thought maybe it's not the best idea. And also, the Thakhek Loop has become so popular that actually when I arrived here, all the bikes are actually sold out for today. It's only 8 in the morning, but they're sold out for the day, and so I'm going to reserve one for tomorrow instead. I'm going to have a chill day. I'm going to prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, and tomorrow I'm going to start the Thakhek Loop. So first things first, we need to find a bike to reserve for tomorrow.
A few moments later.
Oh my goodness, it has been such a day. What a day, guys, what a day. It's been a very frustrating day, to be honest. I've tried so many motorbike shops and they told me to come back in the afternoon. I came back in the afternoon, came back earlier than they said, and several of them told me that the bikes were booked out again. And I was like, how? You told me not to come back until this time. But there's no system, there's no booking in advance. You just show up and hope for the best. But finally, I got one. I got a beautiful blue beauty for tomorrow, a lovely Honda. So I'm excited to get going. 7:30 in the morning, I'm setting out with the bike and I cannot wait. And now I get to relax, finally, and check out this beautiful sunset. Good morning, everybody. It's just gone 7 a.m. here. I've packed all my big bag stuff away. Just got this little bag with me for the next 4 days and I'm off to collect my motorbike. I eventually set off with some friends and we headed to our first stop. Well, we finally made it on the road, everybody. Thakhek Loop! And our first stop was literally less than 15 minutes outside of the city. It's called Elephant Cave. So we're going to check that out now and see why exactly it's called that. Second cave, cave 2 of the trip so far. We're going to Liep Cave. As you can see, it looks like a desert in the middle of where we are here. It reminds me of the outback in Australia or something. There's just dirt roads, dusty, but the views are incredible with these mountains. Every cave should start with a bridge like this. A hanging bridge, a shaky bridge like in Cork. Very bouncy. Well, that was cool to see. You couldn't go too far in because there was water in it. You could swim if you really wanted to, but now we're on to cave number 3. Let's go. Third cave of the day is called Tham Nang En Cave. It's quite big, bigger than the others, a little more expensive than the others, but it looks great. So this is a much more commercialised cave because we have some lights to go through. This cave is pretty big. It's lit in all these like fluorescent colours, which is really funny. But you know, it's very much catered for tourism, but there's nobody around except us. It's very quiet here. But the reason that we're visiting so many caves today, well, the reason that there are so many caves near here is that we're not quite far now from the Vietnam border. And if you kept going through the border, you'd end up in Phong Nha, which is the place that I went caving in Vietnam. And it's also home to the world's largest cave. So if you kept going through these caves, you'd end up in the world's largest cave, Hang Song Dune it's called, and into Phong Nha, into those caves. So it's all the same karst limestone cave system. And that's reflected in the type of mountains that you find around here as as well. Okay, it's 1 o'clock on day one and it's time to cool off, guys. It is so hot here. So we are going to a swimming hole. Let's check it out. So I think we've stumbled upon a gem here. This is called Thakhek, and we just doubled back on ourselves a little bit, just a couple of kilometers to get to this amazing swimming spot. And it's gorgeous. It's full of locals. There's only like 2 or 3 other tourists here apart from us. And it's just so gorgeous. All the locals have their picnics. You can kayak, you can swim, you can chill out in these huts over here, and it's free. So you can order food here and they'll bring it down to the little hut for you so you can swim, you can eat. This place is a real find. Oh my god, I definitely recommend it to anybody starting out the Thakhek Loop. What a great way to start. We're right by the water and there's loads of fish. This is gorgeous. Do you want to say hi to the camera, lads? Are you okay? Hey. So I'm traveling with Stevie and Michael here from New Zealand. We're going to be doing the Thakhek Loop together. We met on the bus to Thakhek from Vientiane and they adopted me. So nice. And yeah, we're just in awe of this place, aren't we? It's amazing. Oh. Yeah, it's lovely. It's nice. It's really nice. It's a nice kind of cool. So nice. So we finally hit the road. We were only about 12 kilometers from Thakhek when we were at that swimming place, so we decided to absolutely leg it because we still had about 100 kilometers to do today to get to the town of Thalang, which is where most people stay on their first night. So yeah, we didn't get going really till 3. Sunset's at 6, but with the mountains around here, sometimes it goes behind the mountains at like 5:30. So yeah, it's 3:45 now. We're doing good. The drive is amazing. Oh, we're loving these mountains, and we just stopped here because we've come across a drowned forest where there are dead tree stumps coming up from the water, kind of like the Gira in Macroom, if anyone's from Cork. Also, these trucks are no joke. Do not do this loop unless you're quite experienced because it's crazy, yeah. But the road quality has been very good for Laos, the best I've seen in Laos. And it's all paved quite recently, so I'm making this in February 2024. Very recently, fully paved. We've made it to the end of day one. We've made it to Thalang with a really beautiful drive. Lots of twists and turns there towards the end, but absolutely stunning. Lots of that type of forest again. And we're spending the night at Sabaidi guest house. And there's a hostel here, and this is our view. Morning. Slept okay last night. Not amazing, but gonna have a strong coffee this morning and get back on the road. In good news, it is absolutely beautiful here at sunrise, coming over the lake. Absolutely amazing. And I've got a cow friend. I love it here. It's just, yeah, it's peaceful. Very peaceful. Lots of chickens screaming in the middle of the night though. Next stop is another 15 minutes down the road and you have these Buddha statues carved into the rock here, sandstone Buddha statues. You'd pass them like that if you didn't look for them, but they're on Google Maps. So we've just arrived here to the big enough sized town of Laos, which is about maybe 40 kilometers from where we stayed this morning. And this is a great place to stock up on petrol, go to the ATM, grab a coffee before hitting the road again. So that's exactly what we've done. We stocked up on our petrol here and now we're going to grab a coffee before we hit the road. So welcome to our first official big stop of the day, which is Dragon Cave, another one of the multitude of caves here on the Thakhek Loop. Now there's wonderful rock carvings as well behind me here, just like what we saw on the road this morning, and we're on the hunt for the actual cave itself now. That cave was so cool, really dramatic, and now we go trekking. Oh, there's a view. viewpoint. You want to check it out? All right. Let's go to a viewpoint. So Lao being Lao, of course there is a viewpoint with some serious rock climbing, but the views at the top are amazing. Really, really nice. Okay, it's time to escape this crazy midday heat and head in for a swim at the cool pool, our next stop of the day. This place is so cute. It's packed. Well, we've made it to, oh, what's the name of the place we gotta get? Nahin. And we're almost finished with our second day. How are you feeling, guys?
I'm
Tired. I'm even feeling good.
Tired and good, yeah. We got these giant milkshakes and we're starving, so we're gonna have some food. But yeah, we left the cool pool and it took us, I think that was nearly an hour, was it?
Probably,
nearly an hour. Just to let you know, just a warning, as of February 2024, it is not all paved. This Thakhek Loop, it was not all paved. Parts of that were like the Hajang Loop, like really crazy unpaved roads, but really fun at the same time, and empty, like a couple of trucks, but not a lot of traffic, thank God. So yeah, we've had our fill of adventure. Now it's time to eat. Well, we made it to the village of Kong Lor, which is absolutely amazing. We're really now in rural Laos. We were like waving at all the kids going by. I mean, they've been doing it the whole time, but here it's like exceptionally friendly people, wooden huts along the way. It's amazing. And now we're staying at this eco lodge. I'm sharing. Yeah, I am third wheeling. It is also Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's! Me and my truffle. But yeah, I'm so excited to explore tomorrow. It's just getting dark now, but the drive at sunset was one of the nicest ones I've ever done. Just going through the traditional villages, looking at the colour of the rock and the mountains. There was this mist coming over the mountains then once the sun had set. It was absolutely incredible. I'm so excited to explore Kong Lor. Good morning everybody, it's day 3 here on the Thakhek Loop and got to stay in these lovely bungalows last night. It's such a peaceful morning here. You can see the crops growing, the sun coming over the mountains, absolutely beautiful. So we're going to have breakfast and get ready to hit the road for a much less intense day 3, but a very exciting day 3, because today we're doing the activity that most people do the Thakhek Loop for, and in fact the reason that the Thakhek Loop is said to have started. Let's go. So our first and main visit today is actually one of the main reasons that we actually went on the Thakhek Loop, and that is Kong Lor Cave. So it's covered in water, it's a wet cave, and you take a boat for 7.5 kilometers through to the other side, and on the other side there's a village. You're basically taking a speedboat through the cave and back again. So I read online somewhere that it's the length of 75 football pitches. It's also completely dark, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you properly what it's like, but you do get a head torch, so hopefully I'll be able to take a little bit of footage. This cave was only discovered for the first time in 1995, and they only started bringing boats through it in 2002, so it's all relatively new and exciting, and it's empty this morning. It's just before 9 o'clock. We have the place to ourselves. This is exciting! And we're off! might get out here and go up some steps. We're almost at the end. Oh my god, that was long. Amazing though. Okay, that was incredible. I don't know how long that took, but probably about an hour. It's hard to get it across on camera because it's so dark when you're in there, but the eyes can pick up on little things, especially as they get used to it. And of course you have your head torch as well. And now we're at the village of Natan. This is it, Natan. And it's so remote, and we just have a couple of minutes to walk around here and see what it's like. This is one of the biggest adventures I think I've done in Southeast Asia, maybe ever. It's just, yeah, you have to come here. It's hard to get here, but for a reason. And it's quiet, there isn't anyone around. Oh, hi baby. Oh. All right, time to go back through the cave again after a quick pit stop in Natan. Okay, it's time to say goodbye to the beautiful village of Kong Lor, and we're going to make our way back to Nahin. After having another lovely lunch in Nahin, we've continued our journey on the actual Thakhek Loop, and after a very windy and steep road, we've made it here to this viewpoint of the limestone forest, or the rock viewpoint. Some really striking limestone rocks that look like a forest. So the limestone that makes up this limestone forest here is about 270 million years old, and it was pushed up from sea level. There's a 20-minute walkway here, so we're gonna go for a little stroll, I think. This place sort of looks like another planet, and there are these trees growing out of the rock. You can see the roots come out. I love those landscapes that look like a sci-fi world or a different planet entirely. Well, it's the end of another very successful day here on the Thakhek Loop. End of day 3 already. I can't believe that tomorrow is our last day. So we've just come to the town of Kam, which is basically where you get on the highway and go straight back down to Thakhek. And we're staying at this lovely guest house. There's a lot of accommodation options here. It's pretty quiet, and I get my own room tonight. This is what 150 kip a night will get you here. Time for a bit of a rest before dinner. Alright everybody, it is day 4 of Thakhek Loop, the last day unfortunately, and today is mostly highway. We're going to try and visit a lake that's like 20 kilometers off the main road, but until then it's just driving down a dusty, busy highway, so wish the old girl luck. So we've come on a detour here off the highway, about 20 kilometers off to go to this lake, and we are in this village and we can't find any lake. Disappointing news, guys. No entry to where this lake is supposed to be, so I guess we're just gonna go back to the main road again. What a waste of 40 kilometers. I think, guys, sad. It's sad. Well everyone, it's all over. I've just handed back my lovely bike, my Betsy the bike, and yeah, all is good with it. All worked out according to plan, except for that lake today. So it was just highway. Today was a bit of a boring day. It's been absolutely amazing. Back in Thakhek again for one more afternoon before I take a 12-hour night bus tonight. No rest for the wicked. Guys, if anyone's thinking about doing this Thakhek Loop, if you have a little bit of experience riding a motorbike, if you feel confident, I would highly recommend it. I think it's been my favourite thing to do in Laos so far, and that is saying a lot because I love Laos. It's so underrated. There's so much to do here. The nature is amazing, the people are so kind, but the Thakhek Loop has been something special, and I'd love to do more like this in the future. So if you're going to do the Thakhek Loop, please leave a comment below. If you're looking for any advice, let me know, and if you have done it, let me know how you got on with it. So that's all for now, and I'll see you guys in the next place.